Buongiorno, I'm Laura Göhler.
Guten Tag, I'm Valentina Ieri. Happy New Year and welcome to diverCity Season 2.
This season we have many new surprises, including our new weather girl Sarachi Rai, who will be reporting the weather from around the world throughout our show.
Now, to start with our first story. International wildlife and environmental campaigners say that every 15 minutes an elephant dies.
International efforts have been stepped up to ban ivory poaching around the world.
Our reporter, Catherine Liu, was in front of the Chinese embassy where the protesters were demanding an end to the killing. Here's the story.
We're here just opposite the Chinese embassy, where a peaceful protest is taking place. China has become the largest ivory consuming market in the world. Now protests are trying to put pressure on Chinese government and the global community to issue a global ban on all ivory trade. One of the first UK grassroots organizations, Action for the Elephants UK, in association with other campaigners, say that more than 40,000 elephants are killed every year.
Basically, you have two opportunities ahead of you. One is to bring a close to the ivory trade in China and stopping the demand that's leading to this destruction via poaching in Africa. Or you can continue to feed that demand by allowing the continual trade of ivory, illegal and illegal ivory in China.
At the beginning of this year, the Chinese government destroyed 6 tons of illegal ivory stock.
I think it is a good thing. We'd like to see more. I mean, the 6 tons that they crushed, I think, represented about 1 year's worth of illegal ivory seizures. But there's much more in China stockpiled. And what we want to see is not just the illegal ivory being stopped, but we want to see the legal ivory being stopped as well.
Environment and wildlife campaigners believe that banning ivory trade is also important to guarantee international security and social development.
How to make income to support the people who are making that, are using it to make a livelihood. So we need to think about creating other kinds of work and employment in these areas so the animals aren't killed for the ivory.
Ivory and rhino horn is feeding terrorism. Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab are examples of terrorist groups operating across Africa, funding some of their operations with this money, this blood ivory money.
This is Catherine Liu from London, reporting for diverCity.
Failed your class? Have to repeat your exam? Resit it? Well, it won't cost you anymore.
City University has changed its policy, but there are still some restrictions. Our reporter, Catherine Aorio, has the details.
2 weeks ago, City University announced their decision to remove resit assessment fees from January 2014. After months of deliberating with the Students' Union, City has decided to remove the fees for all taught undergraduate and the majority of postgraduate programs. James Perkins, Students' Union Vice President of Education, sat down with diverCity to explain what this decision means for students.
It's going to benefit students in the way that they'll have a greater sense of what they're paying for. Not to say that I believe in a consumeristic idea of higher education, but certainly things, in my opinion at least, that come as part of your degree are resits. We have regulations which allow you to have a resit, so that should be included as part of your fee and of your overall experience. So I think it will have a positive impact there because it will slightly ease the tension for students who, for one reason or another, end up having to go through resits, which is never an easy time in itself, and a financial burden on top of that's really difficult.
On average, resit fees range between £10 and £25 per course, according to the Students' Union.
The university is starting to pay attention to actually the fact that you need to offer a product and be very clear about what it is. Personally, I don't necessarily think you should look at it as a product, but if you do, suddenly having all these additional costs on top, it can be really difficult for students and actually quite frustrating. So it's a really positive step by the institution in terms of just saying to students, you're here, everything that you're going to get is part of what we're offering you, and no surprises. And I think that's the key message, is that there's no more surprises about exams.
The university stressed the fact that exceptions will be applied, including resit fees charged by professional bodies and resit fees for professional law programs. A university spokesperson said the policy is still under development phase and the findings will be released later this year. I'm Catherine Iorio, diverCity, London.
Last weekend, Gabor Bono, leader of the Hungarian party Jobbik, came to the capital.
His visit was met by an anti-racist protest in central London.
Our reporter Ludovica Brignola was at the scene.
Jobbik scum! Off our street! Despite the several calls that were made to Home Secretary Theresa May trying to obstaculate his arrival, leader of the most powerful extremist group in Europe, Gabor Vona, arrived today to London. His arrival on the eve of the Holocaust Memorial Day has been welcomed by a large protest of group Unite Against Fascism, which has gathered at around lunchtime outside Holborn Tube Station. Demonstrators on both sides were present in the protest until the police has forced the Jobbik supporters inside the station by blocking all the exits.
We're here so they cannot come out of the station at the moment. If they do come out, we're going to follow them to the rally point.
Hungarian far-right extremists were claiming that leader Gabor Vona is providing Hungary with a change after it was governed for years by a left wing that they defined as incompetent. According to the supporters, the leader is rebuilding the national labour market with the aim of preventing Hungarians from expatriating in search for a better job.
He's here for us. Lots of Hungarians left the country because there is no way to live. And he's trying to get these people back to there to make sure we're going to make the right place for you in Hungary to live.
Protesters were demonstrating not only against Jobbik, but also against two other European far-right movements, the British National Party and the Greek Golden Dawn, accusing them of xenophobia and anti-Semitic views.
Two main ones, PASOK and Nea Demokratia, who for years were governing, and they wasted a lot of money, created all these debts that we have now, and they're using a far-right rhetoric, blaming it all to the immigrants. And also Golden Dawn has been given big coverage by the media. You're giving a lot of exposure, your viewers find some minds to, to impregnate.
This is Ludovica Brignolo reporting, London.
City University prides itself on being active with local charities.
This week, they held an event to encourage their students to take their education one step further. Kaylee Monahan has this report.
This is Kaylee Monahan reporting to you from City University's Law School, where the graduate program has put on a pro bono event to help law students take advantage of opportunities and gain experience with helping their communities. This event was catered for law students, but all were welcome to come and learn more about using their talents to give back to the community.
Today we're currently running a pro bono fair, and what we basically do is we get a bunch of organisations to come in and advertise to students what kind of volunteering opportunities they can get involved in and how that might benefit them as well as the organisations. It's a kind of win-win situation. The students need this experience on their CVs and the organisations need the help, and they're all for great causes.
So we've got Family Needs Fathers today, and we've got Save the Children here, we've got PASS, Prisoners Advice Service, we've got the Bar Pro Bono Unit and Law Works, and we've got the Free Representation Unit as well here. So it's good, and we've got about 50 students on our email list at the moment as well who are interested in the pro bono work that we are currently trying to do at the moment.
Students were able to speak with various organizations about how they could use their law skills for the greater good. Another local organization who is encouraging students to do more with their education was also there.
Aspiring Solicitors was founded by Chris White. He's a solicitor at a law firm here in London, and he had a vision for helping students advance their law careers, but he wanted to do it in a unique way. He wanted students to help each other and to kind of make the whole process a little less intimidating for students getting involved in starting their careers.
This event is just one of many opportunities available to City students who want to make a difference with their degree. This is Kaylee Monahan reporting for diverCity.
So, Valentina, are you going to get a new pair of knickers for your Shotzi for Valentine's Day?
Well, Laura, I've done that already, but I'm more curious to look for some fruits like bananas and strawberries with some chocolate.
Well, whatever you desire, I heard Chapel Market is the place to go.
Our reporter, Mary Axvendiu, went to discover more.
We are here at Chapel Market in Angel on a Wednesday morning. As you can see, it's pretty quiet at the moment, but let's go and check what products they sell. This is one of London's many markets where prices are attractive and special offers run daily. This market, like many others, sells fruit and vegetables, clothes and accessories, but with Valentine's Day around the corner, vendors are also selling your significant other's special gift. How about a teddy bear or maybe a new pair of knickers? While high fashion shops surround the market, stalls are still able to compete with them since merchants sell their products at reasonable prices.
Sometimes you can find the stall is busier than the shop. And even though the stuff we put on the stall is all the cheaper end, and in the shop we have all the branded stuff, the Levi's, you can sell a lot of the cheaper ones and take more you can take in the shop.
With City University situated in a walking distance from the market, weekdays are quite busy.
A long time ago you used to say weekends would be busier. Now you can't tell. You've got a lot of offices around here, and students, and they all come out during the week. So you can never tell what day is going to be busy and what day is going to be quiet anymore.
Maureen Brastock has been selling cards at the market for the past 44 years. Her experience allows her to conclude that customers are indeed satisfied.
We don't really have any problems with anybody. They're happy to buy. They're happy to buy, and it's reasonable. And we have a wide selection as well.
Our day at the market turned out to be better than we expected it to be because we met Elvis, who sang a song especially for diverCity.
I can't help falling in love with you.
Dave Elvis also expressed his love for Chapel Market.
Market is a fantastic market. I come up here, visit so often, but the people down here, they're well nice, they like me. I'm a singer and they appreciate what I do and everything.
Mary Avxendiou, diverCity, London.
The greatest rugby tournament of this year is on its way.
The Six Nations is just about to kick off with players from England, France, Italy, Scotland, Ireland and Wales all ready to fight for the crown.
Our reporter Stefano Pozzebon is in Cardiff to cover the story.
So, Stefano, what can you tell us about this competition?
Well, Laura, the Six Nations is the oldest team tournament of the world. It was born in 1883. It's history in the making, as we say.
And what kind of tournament are we going to see this year?
This is definitely one of the most balanced editions of the latest years. We have Wales, who won the last tournament, and England, who is on the rise after losing last year's tournament at the very last match.
And how about the other teams?
Ireland impressed against the All Blacks in November, and they cannot be underestimated. France is the big incognita, but consistency is the key in this tournament. Scotland and Italy seem to be a step behind the other 4 matches.
Thank you so much, Stefano. Please keep us updated. Now we're moving on to our new weather girl, Sarachi Rai.
I'm in London, and it's cold and wet, with highs of 7 and lows of 3. Everyone says it feels like snow, but there's no snow. However, on Sunday, forecast says that it'll be sunny, like it always is in my hometown of Mumbai.
Ah, that's better. With lows of 23 and highs of 30, I can finally feel my fingers and toes again. Go grab your chais and samosas while you can, because Russia is going to get a lot colder. Luckily, we're not in Moscow, where there is no sign of the sun, and it's freezing. We have highs of -13 and lows of -23, which I guess now London doesn't sound so bad. Here's wishing for blue skies and a lot more sun this week. Have a nice weekend. See you next week.
That was all for this week.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media sites.
Thank you for watching and arrivederci.
Auf Wiedersehen!